Hey guys, I'm back with the next review, and to start off, I want to explain that my reviews are going to be a little bit different than usual. I'm going to try and just point out the main parts of the episode. I found that since I usually have like one or two tests every single week, for the most part during the semester, it's going to be really hard getting these reviews out to the best of my ability because a lot of times I'll watch the episode and then it's like, I have a test the next day. I can't record anything right now. I need to make sure I'm on top of my tests. And so I'm going to try this out for this video, see how it works. Give me feedback and let me know. But I can't even say to start off with because I'm just going to start randomly. Spencer and the girls are in the cafe little area. And then Spencer gets up and she gets a text from I caught his name, Miles Corwin? Yes. He has information about Toby. And then Jason walks in and tells the girls that they are taking Allie's remains because they've been released to them and they're going to put them in a mausoleum. And he's saying, after my parents are gone, you girls can come, pay your respects. And Spencer's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I've already said all I needed to say, and she leaves. And then there's another scene where Mona and Spencer, they're talking, and Mona gives her a folder with all her information for the decathlon. And Spencer is basically like, okay, don't talk to me. Get your hands off of me. And then Mona says, and I caught this, you've been off your A game lately. And I was like, oh my gosh, this girl, she is just too much right now. And then she mentions Toby coming to cheer her on and stuff like that, and how, if she like doesn't get her act together, he'll be there cheering for her. And of course, Mona and Toby are working together, so Mona's really playing it up. And then Spencer gets a chance to talk to Miles, and Miles says, Toby bought $65 worth of hydrangeas, and that was before he ended up skipping town. Now, he did research on the key, which was originally what Spencer wanted, and he called the manufacturer, did a couple little things with it, and he found the general area where the key would be located, not located, but where it would go. But in order for him to find the door the key goes to, he's going to need a little extra encouragement, a little extra cash. Okay, also, I completely forgot. Jason mentions that because the things that were originally placed in Allie's casket are no longer there, he's saying that when they find the person who has them, then they'll have a lead in everything that's been going on. Well, apparently Hannah was trying to convince Aria to give her the earrings so she could dispose of the earrings and the Ouija board piece that she has. And Aria's saying, no, I want to keep the earrings. Oh, and we also find out with Caleb that his aunt is basically moving to Australia. Hannah is kind of tricking Caleb into going down there and looking through like the boxes and things and see if he wants to keep anything. Now, if memory serves me correct, his uncle has a picture of Caleb when he was 6 months old. And Hannah later on in the episode notices that the guy in the picture who's holding Caleb has a ring on his finger, which is the exact same ring that his uncle was wearing. So people are kind of like thinking, oh, well, is his uncle really his dad? Like, what's going on with that whole situation? Now, remember when I mentioned that Miles needs some encouragement from Spencer? Well, Spencer finally says, look, how much do you need? And he said $500 in cash. And she's like, okay, we'll keep looking. And Emily goes to see Dr. Sullivan because of what happened with Nate, saying, I killed a guy and everything. And then Dr. Sullivan does hypnotherapy with Emily. And Emily, she mixes up her daydreams / nightmares. And from what I remember, when she was under hypnotherapy, it looked as if she was the one who killed Allison with the shovel and stuff. But it wasn't. She just completely mixed things up. Oh, and Spencer translates the note that Emily got in French, and it says, stop digging. The police already know it's you who is capable of murder. And didn't Spencer sound very, very nice when she was speaking French? I was just like, ooh, that just sounds so fancy and very, very nice. So I'm weird like that. I actually enjoyed that part when she was speaking French. Okay, so some last minute things. Wesley has kind of been hiding out at Ezra's apartment because he's been trying so hard to get kicked out of his school. He's been skipping classes, he's been, purposely failing, and he finally decided, hey, I'm going to hit on my physics teacher who's super hot. And then her husband pretty much confronts Wesley, and Wesley, just slaps him with a pizza box, and all that stuff kind of happens. Let me think. What else happened? Mona visits Dr. Sullivan and brings her an orchid and stuff, and that was kind of awkward. That was a really awkward scene to watch. But let me see here. Miles did find where the key goes to, and when Spencer gets there, she opens the door. The place, is obviously deserted. She starts to cry and all that. Then she shows up at the mausoleum where the other girls and Jason are, and she confronts Jason, and she's just like, just letting you know, yeah, Allie was pregnant. And the girls are all like, Spencer, stop, just stop talking. Spencer has just gone off the cliff. She really has. And in the very last bit of the episode, I remember her taking the key and going up to where his mom is buried, and she pretty much etches Toby's name into the marble. And I am just like, Spencer, you just defaced a grave site. She has lost her mind. Like, I understand you're angry, but okay, I understand the symbolism. She's like saying, Toby is now dead to her. I understand that symbolism, but oh my gosh. I was in complete shock because I had no idea what she was going to do with that key. Other than that, this review was kind of iffy a little bit. It wasn't the way I usually do it, but this episode, I enjoyed it. I'm honestly, in a way, even though Spencer is kind of on the crazy side now, I'm actually glad that she is, because she's kind of more, what's the word I'm looking for? She has gotten to the point where she just doesn't give a crap anymore, and she doesn't want to be taken advantage of anymore. And the other girls, I kind of want them to get to that place also, where they just think more, because I'm always saying things like, these girls don't think anything through. Like I said, there are security cameras everywhere. Spencer, she has finally had it. She is fed up. And honestly, I'm very glad that that has happened to at least one of the girls. Might sound a little crazy, but that's just how I feel. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I will hopefully get tonight's episode up as soon as possible. Bear with me. It is what it is. So take care, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.